Wacht, ik ga even een kat proberen.
Nu mogen we beginnen.
And here we are.
Good evening. We are weird and drinking, as we should be. We are not associated, affiliated, or sponsored by Hasbro. We just like using their product, specifically D&D, which we're playing in the 5th edition. We are currently residing on yet another one of their IPs, being the world of Ulgrotha, where the party has found themselves after a unusual journey involving fireballs, barbecued horses, a moderate amount of anvil smashing, and dwarves, which is a thing. They then proceeded to grab the bull by the horns and follow said bull all the way past a battle between demonic and angelic forces onto Strong Rock, mountainous hold that is under the dominion of Eren the Restless, the Goblin King, who they have learned is someone in league with Leshrak. The reason for the barbecued horses. Does anyone have anything else to add to that?
I do not.
Alrighty, then. As the party is slowly exploring the town, Viken, the shamanistic minotaur that had joined them for a while,
Explodes.
seems to be ill at ease in this stronghold of his enemy, and decides to leg it. He doesn't really do much in the sense of goodbye. He just quietly slips off as the party is taking in the sights.
All right.
Okay.
And that is where we will start our session today.
Where is he going?
People come, people go. This place is not a hotel. Wait, it is.
Yes, it is. We even
The
have
sign-
rooms here.
The sign on the outside of the building says otherwise.
All right. Then it is.
Yes. I suppose we should go and see what our friends are doing in the other inn.
So, did we now restore it? This is what, the day after?
If you guys want, you can just have spent the night with Viken slipping away, getting yourself a full rest in your respective lodgings, which means the fighting pit will be scheduled for the coming day instead of the evening.
Okay.
Which there is probably some weariness and tiredness left over from all the things that happened to you. If Xanthrot is okay with that.
I am definitely okay with that.
Let's just say that you ordered 2 additional glasses of Slivu and no more evening.
You slipped off, yes.
2 additional glasses of Slivu,
Mm-hmm.
maybe half a pig, maybe a full pig.
Actually,
That's what I ate.
speciality of Eren's Parlor of Pardons
Mystery meat.
is no. See, Eren's Error, which is spit roasted fowl with potatoes.
I like that.
What was the last position of my undead entourage? Because if I don't renew the spell once per day, they will just go free roaming around.
I think you left them outside of eye shot of the.
Yeah, I think I should. I mean, I should check on them once per day.
Okay.
Otherwise, they will go wander off.
Or we can just put them in the ground again.
We could do that. Yeah. A bit.
You don't have to waste spells on it.
No, but I mean, it's not wasted. It's like they are still useful, but maybe not today. That's true.
There we go.
Maybe we'll
If
just
you
put
ever
them
need
on-
them,
Yeah.
I'll put them in the mountainside.
in the mouth.
Okay.
A cavern in the woods.
Yeah, I'll just go check on them and to renew the spell. So when they are already animated, With one spell, I can keep control on, I think, 4 of them? Yeah, up to 4 of them. So there are only 2. So with one spell, I can control both of them.
One of the things
Yeah.
I'm going to do,
Sure.
do you do this before you go to sleep or in the morning?
Like you prefer. I would prefer before I go to sleep, so that in the morning I
yeah.
have the slot. But if you say it's the morning, then it's the morning.
So does anyone else do something before you take your long rest?
One question, because I thought that we were going to the Iron Brotherhood's hall.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I checked if you guys wanted to take the long rest or...
I thought we were going to do that as a party. So
Yeah, yeah, of course.
We can do that in the morning.
But we do it in the
The
morning,
morning,
right?
yeah.
Or do you want to do it in the evening?
Yeah.
in the morning, Serval's going to take it easy, and then he's going to try to see if he can find a place where he can craft some armor.
Well, you can take it easy by going to the Iron Brotherhood. I will allow for that to be a relaxation activity. They do have somewhat of a bar set up at some point, so
All right,
it's,
very
pretty
good.
much what Sorval would consider relaxing, I think.
Okay, very good. Then I'm in to do it the next day.
Yeah. Okay, then I will,
so
Yeah.
you know, I will check the zombies the day before, then we'll go to sleep, and then...
okay, as you fall asleep, a strange thing occurs. You feel this pull. And this pull slowly morphs into an appendage that seems to be tearing at your core. And you hear this voice that goes like, "How interesting that you would travel with so many split ends. Tell me, Skren, do you know that the wild runs strong in one of your party members? Or that one of them might actually be one of Sarah's get?"
The wild is strong among our companions, yes. Does that upset you?
And you feel the appendage curl around your shoulder. It does not upset me. What upsets me is your duality. I think it should be lessened. That will be nice as a signal to your master. And slowly but surely, where the tentacle passes, you see this shadowy form that appears to be pulled from your shoulder. And soft pain starts welling up. Do you do anything?
If this is what pleases the master, then this is what needs to happen.
Oh, you misunderstand. And this vague draconic coil shifts around you. As the tentacle thing starts lifting the shadow further and further from your form. Your master is not my ally. And neither are you. And then the pain erupts in full as something, practically a copy of your body, is dragged out of you. And you feel lessened by this. Sleep well, tiny Skren.
I will, was this, this was while I was sleeping, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I wake up, drenched in sweat, and I'm like, something has changed. A minor setback. I will show my devotion to the master with the power of white and black magic. My duality remains, for this is what I am. A creature of both light and darkness.
Alrighty.
Then I try to get back to sleep after drinking a very, very mild tea.
Okay. Then, without anything else happening, I would like everyone to take a quick glance at their bio page. You will see that there is a little bit more information. You are not required to share this information with the party, but it is something that your character is currently dealing with. And then morning happens. You hear, somewhat outside of the inn where you're staying, the crowing of a cock just going.
Not for long.
And slowly but surely the town starts to awaken. Those that want to lay in bed for a little bit longer will eventually very clearly hear that commotion is happening. Commerce is picking up. People start shouting their wares on the street. There's mercenaries that are tromping through in heavy armor. It's a far cry from how busy Ravnica can be, but you've somehow grown accustomed to Ulgrotha being a more silent place. Not one filled with bellowing minotaurs and squeaking goblins. But hey, this is where you're at now.
Galactic chaos.
Okay.
Am I close to Xantaroth, or we slept in the same?
You slept in the same room because
yeah,
Xantaroth
okay.
snores.
Yes, I know. But is he awake, or am I the first one to wake?
Is he still
You tell me?
snoring?
Definitely
think-
still snoring.
He is snoring. Okay. I'm going to check at the pit to see if there's something around it.
What do you mean around the pit?
Yeah, is there somebody who how do I
One of
say
the
this?
losers from yesterday?
No, yes, one of the losers of yesterday, or simply if there's somebody who is the keeper or of the pit or something.
Basically the person who is in charge of
Yes.
most of the things that happen at the
Mhm.
the parlor of part. I'm going to fuck up that name for the rest of the
Yeah.
session. That's going to be a thing. Is Starbu, the
Starbu.
graying bull who also served you
Yes.
last night.
Okay.
You're up bright and early.
Yeah. I just want to check if there's something to eat and if I can get some information about the fights.
What you require? We've got some leftovers from last night. There's also bread, I guess. There's beer.
Yeah. And what are the leftovers?
Then he looks at
People.
remains and goes
There's wine-soaked fowl.
Okay. No problem. Yes, that's fine.
We don't have wine. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Oh well. There's also beer.
Yes. Any slibo or?
Now you want to start of the morning strong.
Yes.
You're vaguely humanoid to my tastes.
Bunk puts down a glass of slivu for you.
Yeah, and I would like to order some breakfast for my companion too. But he's still snoring upstairs.
All right. I'll order. He was a pig guy, wasn't he?
He was a pig guy.
I'll order a pig.
Okay. So the fights Are there any rules about the fight, or
Yeah, you're not supposed to kill people.
not supposed or supposed?
Not supposed.
Ah,
It's bad for clientele. We like people coming back here.
sad. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
some mercenaries don't really hold to those rules, but that's amongst people themselves.
Yeah, we'll see. And can we challenge people to the fight, or are there matchmaking?
Basically, there's always a group of rowdies that you can just pick up and go at. If you come in the evening, there's slightly more organized structure to it.
Mhm. Okay.
But I would say we'll find you an opponent.
Okay.
You guys new in town, right?
Yes, first time visitors.
This moment, Xantar tumbles down and rubs in his eyes and says, Volta, got any breakfast?
Yes, I ordered pig.
Oh, that's why I like you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I know. I know.
I
Big
said,
old
man.
beer in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Give me time to wake up.
Yeah. I was just asking about the fights, if we could pick somebody to fight, or are we just sparring with mercenaries?
So is
We're
it
not-
weapons allowed, or is it just bare hands and claws and teeth?
You bring what you want.
All right.
We
Some
don't allow, like, trickery things. Like, you can't... When someone's down, they're down. If someone takes you down and someone heals you up,
Mhm.
you have to leave the pit.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But from that, everything's fair game. Also, we prefer no fireballs.
Ha.
I'll make a note of it.
I'm just glad he
As-
didn't say fire.
As you guys are waiting for your pig, let's shift our attention to the other group.
I'm just going to put myself
Yeah.
next to Xantarot. Yes.
Yeah, I presume that I wake up rather early.
As is
I
your habit.
I tried to sleep a bit longer, but I was unable to. I will start my day by praying
Mhm.
to Sarah because I've had some bad dreams. I'll thank her for her strength, and also I ask her about my parentage because I'm beginning to suspect that there are things I am unaware of. I will also pray to Jared to ask about the situation in Ravnica,
Okay.
Shade Merc. And well, I prepare my spells, and after about an hour, just relaxing a bit, praying, I go outside and I try to find the others, see if they are already awake.
Alrighty. I suspect that the next one awake will be Iskrin.
Yeah. I
Shade has been thrown.
will
What?
go down for some breakfast. Hopefully there is some veggies and tea. I'm not
There is
praying in
quite
the morning.
an interesting
I'm not
assortment.
really praying in the morning. I'm just. I will do a very long check of myself in the mirror. Like, you know, I'm checking every single line of my face, my own body. I check my eyes.
Describe it for us.
Of course not. That's that scene when everybody in the movie is like, okay, finally we will know, and the camera is always like panning away from the important bits. It's like, oh god, now we want to know.
On your shoulder
Yeah.
is a red mark, as though a hand has pushed out of your body.
Mm-hmm.
If you touch it, it feels a little like a bruise.
I see. Very well.
The rest of your skin is pristine, porcelain white,
Good.
paler even than you were back on Ravnica.
That's good. Well, then I will enhance the paleness with some makeup, some white on my face mostly. And then I will cover every single inch of my body except for my nose and mouth with clothes.
Okay.
Yes.
There is a cold sensation coming from your coin.
I will take that coin. I will have a long, hard look at it.
As you are looking at it, something rushes into you to fill the void left by last night's dream. The sensation is not unpleasant, but it's a lot to take in one go. So it staggers you for a second.
It's not just a dip. Okay.
But you do feel that, contrary to your dream last night, Sengir is watching and very much interested in keeping you safe.
When I feel the gaze of Sangir on me, I will smile lightly and I will kind of like rub the coin a bit, very slowly, and I will say, "It is long due that we meet, O Baron.
And
But
you
our
hear
time is coming."
in your mind the following words. Oh, don't you worry. There are friends on the way. You cannot reply to this message. I am very busy.
I swallowed just in time.
I will
For them.
store the coin and I will go downstairs.
For damnation, press 1. No.
For wrath of God, press 2. Okay. Taurio. Morning hits you like a brick.
Like it usually does. Oh,
It's
although,
suddenly there.
Yeah.
Bonk.
I'm-
Punk move.
Damn you, morning.
I'll get you one time. No, surprisingly, I'm pretty refreshed this time because I didn't really drink last night. I mean, I'm not having a fever, so maybe I was just tired.
Maybe you're starting to get withdrawal symptoms now.
Soon to be rectified.
Like frothing at the mouth and such.
Yeah, that might be something else. Did Big Z scratch me?
Not yet. Where
All right.
the party?
Yeah, so I wake up pretty refreshed. I do have this well, not really strange dream, but it's kind of strange that it's so vivid that I can't remember it. So maybe I need to talk about other guys with this, but don't feel like it. So yeah, what's for breakfast? And I stomp down the stairs.
Breakfast served at the Traveler is what we would describe as a continental breakfast. There's both warm and cold things. There's a meat platter, there's a cheese platter, there's grapes.
Looks like a pretty small continent, but
Suspicious
I'll give
grape.
it a try.
And there's just slatterings of bacon and other cannibalistic things for you to enjoy.
Hey, bacon, that's not family, you know?
One barnyard animal to another.
I didn't like those guys anyway. Alright, so I get my fill, and after that I'll
No, Phil's on the other side of the street. Wait.
Greetings.
So I'll get some decent breakfast in me, and after that I'm off for a stroll. Depending I might check in with the other guys when they want to go to the Forgot the name of the group again. The
Iron
Brotherhood. It was on the
Brotherhood.
map.
Yeah, I
If
was looking
only
on the
it
map,
was
but
on
there's
the
a
map.
lot on the map, And can Tadio read? It's yeah. So I check in with the rest when I want to go to the Iron Brotherhood to see when what I gonna do with the rest of my day. Probably wander around, check the brewery, see if there's something interesting in there, and check the oh Jesus, the Minotaur camp to see if anything interesting is going on there.
The Annabelle Lodge. Okay. So, having had your breakfast, one and all, and made your morning ablutions and
Yeah.
peace
Was
with the
there
gods,
beer? Was
There-
there beer with breakfast?
there was beer if you wanted it. There is a very light table ale that they serve for breakfast. It's
I will have had some beer as well.
basically think Pied Boeuf, but less
Yeah.
Taurio. Um,
It's just something to get started, to get the day started.
Yeah, it feels nice to be in a civilized town where you can see street patrols happening. And the morning street patrols appear to be a lot more efficient than the ones that you saw when you arrived.
When we arrived here, or when we arrived on this plane?
Here.
I'll point it out to Dario, like, so, what do you think? These guys are... they would not be a bad match for Burroughs, I think.
They would be hard pressed to keep up with legionnaires. This
Yeah,
is a town guard. This is
Yeah,
not
yeah, just
fully
To
trained.
guard a town, not to go on adventures, just to guard a border town.
You do realize we don't really have towns in Ravnica, right? We have Ravnica.
There is an equivalent to it. I mean, we had Shademark, so we had at least one town.
We had.
We had.
We don't know that. By the way,
We don't know
when
what we had.
when we have breakfast, I will be saying that battle might have given me some bad energy.
Who?
That battle
The
last
battle.
session.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Did you
That
sleep?
gave me-
Did you not sleep well, Sorval?
There was a strange dream.
Please
Something
do
about
tell.
a large creature.
Was it like a dragon?
I couldn't really understand it. I don't really have a good image of it.
Is
It
that
was saying some things. I showed the blessed shade crashing into Shademark, but the moment I started to focus on my connection with Sarah, it seemed to go away.
Maybe next time you should not focus on that connection, then you can learn more.
I want to be able to sleep, especially if I want to create an armor.
It is weird that you're talking about a large creature, because I've been having dreams about something similar. But in my dreams, has been I've been visiting the the naam is ik alweer vergeten. Sandru. You know the big minotaur we met
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
a while ago.
The big minotaur we met. List of 10 different minotaurs that you met.
Yeah, it's
Motherfucker.
Tario, so it's in character, you know. And he was. It seemed like he was he was keeping something out, something really, really, really big. Looked a bit draconic, but I couldn't make out more than that. But after that, I had a good fight, so
And this was something happening on Ravnica or on this world?
I couldn't tell. It was in a meadow, but I have no idea.
Well,
This
seeing
was
the bell.
definitely not Ravnica, your meadow, by the way.
Okay.
There were no buildings, it's just literally a pasture.
Okay, not Ravnica. Definitely not Ravnica.
Okay. Well, seeing a battle like we saw yesterday, it's normal that we have some strange dreams after, I'm sure. Did you sleep well, Ishgren?
I slept
Iskren, did you sleep well?
fantastically well.
Well, I was not thinking anything else.
Out of character, I have questions.
Don't we all?
Maybe we
Oh,
should. Maybe we should go pay a visit to our wildling friends. Maybe they also had dreams.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. But first, I go get some extra bacon. And I just eat it while we go to the other
Yeah.
side.
Then
to
no,
the
actually,
other-
then I remember where they went. I was like, oh, maybe someone should go and fetch them.
Well,
You know nothing,
Dario!
no.
are you going to fetch them?
Maybe I can send my thrall to fetch them, and I will take my Orzob. Is that a ring? I don't remember.
It's
Key charm, key rune, and I will summon my winged thrall.
those few people that are currently in the Traveler's Soul Retreat go like, okay.
I look at them.
And they look intently at their plates.
I look. If I notice somebody looking at me, I look at them and I go like, magic.
you were ahead of me. If something was looking at Dario, I would go like magic.
I just stand up. I just say, "People, I'm Sorval. Do not worry. This creature is servant of this one." I point at Ishkren.
Yeah.
I would never allow you to be hurt.
And when he
I
says
think
when
they
he says
should be
this,
afraid
when he
of-
says this, I say yes. Also, the winged one is my servant.
Okay, so the people in the Traveler just like look at each other and they go, "Bravo, wielder of formidable magics."
Order brings salvation. Do not forget that.
Oh,
And a few gold coins will also bring salvation. So the thrall will
And
first go
you-
around
as
the
you-
restaurant
as you say that-
to collect some,
As you say that, a
donations.
few gold coins. People are looking at each other and they're going like, "Gold? They have gold coins? Must be really rich."
You can pay in silver if you want. I mean, it's a smaller kind of salvation, but it will take you 10 times as much. But
You can pay in installments.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
of course I can.
Healthy.
That's what I do.
EA Iskren.
25.
Yeah, the people are duly impressed, and you do manage to gather 2.5 gold.
Wow. Yeah, because they
Nice.
pay silver, right? Very well. I will be here in town for the whole week, so if you need absolution, confession, salvation, I will...
Oh no,
Are you one of those inquisitorial types?
I am an inquisitive type. I like to ask questions.
Are
I like
you
to
with the
give
Church
you-
of Sarah?
Not at all, no.
Okay. So those guys are bad.
Are
We
they?
heard there was an assault on the border, like an entire gang of angels.
No, please do tell. Why are they
Well,
so
we
bad?
have a very respectable commune here, and this is like an older guy, stubbly eye patch. He's slightly balding on the pate. And he's going like,
we have a very respectable commune here, and of late there have been incursions from Mason. We don't know exactly why, but Lord Aaron keeps us safe, so thus far nothing bad happened. But we're kind of on the lookout, like if there's people, certain inquisitors that come here, we probably could get them up together and beat them up. You know, it's all kind of fun. Probably slightly more lowbrow than what we want, but it's a job, you know. Lord Aaron, he pays really well. If you would seek to be in his service, I'm very certain that you could earn many more coins than the ones you have just gotten with your magical acts.
I will take this opportunity then to make a short impromptu sermon about how when I speak about salvation, and in general, the salvation that they should seek, it's not in this life. You know, this life is just a small drop of water in the sea of existence. You know, we spend a few painful years bound by the cage of the flesh.
And COVID.
But and COVID, yes, and COVID, disease, violence, poverty, and I look around myself, much poverty, and we should embrace this pain, and especially the poverty, shedding all our worldly possessions.
This is like reverse Jesus.
I was typing.
Reverse Robin Hood.
Our worldly possessions to buy ourselves a place in the afterlife. And I try, a bit to introduce this fact that in the afterlife we are all immortals, and if we just make a few sacrifices during these short, terrible years, the reward that we will get will last forever.
So what you're saying is we could be like Lord Aaron.
But after you are dead.
Maybe that's how he got to be immortal.
Actually, I will add to this. Do not trust those that believe they have fooled the eternal scales of death. One such as your Lord Heron, I am afraid, plays a very dangerous game. The normal cycle of life ends with death, and those that would claim immortality clearly have put themselves outside of this circle, and they are sinners.
Okay, yeah, we can know he's not a singer spy either. All right.
I'm just keeping quiet.
So yeah, I'm starting to introduce them to this, death cult kind of thing.
Okay.
The Eastern
Coincidentally, you don't know if this was a flash of inspiration or not, but a small pamphlet is located near the door, and it details something. A brief glance of anyone with any knowledge of religion, a cult that goes by the Death Speakers. That actually claims something along those lines. It's everyone is bound to the wheel of life, and to try and get off the wheel of life is a very grave sin. And there is great power for those that accept their role in how things work. But this feels more of an obscure kind of thing. But people are rather receptive to your ideas because they have heard of them before.
Very well. So do not worry about your lives. Worry more about your deaths. And then I sent my thrall to go and call Ulta and Xanthor.
So, as Ishgren finishes his speech, I'll use thaumaturgy just to
make a really loud fart sound.
No,
to
make it seem like, as it says his last word, that the thunder goes through the entire building.
I can make a fart sound for you without magic,
Then either of you could roll me an intimidation check with advantage.
Hey,
I have a +7 for that.
The 7, then you go, my friend. Hey.
21.
It is very well timed, and you see a couple of people like flinching back. There is also one Minotaur that is seated in the far corner, just quietly minding his own business. And he looks up, he sees you, he nods, and he buries his nose back in a book.
Okay.
Did I see that?
Uh,
I'm not really paying attention to these two guys. I mean, I'm bored as fuck. So I'm guessing the one guy that's not paying attention in the room might trigger my cop sense.
let's see. Yeah, you notice there's a Minotaur in the room. He's pale, tattooed, oddly
And-
familiar.
Oddly familiar, as in I've seen him before.
Yeah, it looks like
Tim.
he's just sitting there, like book at the ready, reading.
Is the book upside down?
No,
Okay.
The book of
Okay. Ishkun also saw that one, right? We all saw him.
not specifically.
I
you
tried.
pay attention to him, and then you can see him.
Yeah, I pointed him out to Ishkun as well.
Do I know him? An albino minotaur?
I don't know. Were you outside of the chapel when Taurio met him?
I've at least given a solid description of him. But
Oh yeah, you have had a solid description of the planeswalker known as Sandru.
Alright.
and I just mentioned him again that I was dreaming about him.
and he's,
Nothing weird about it at all.
and he's there now. Right now.
Yeah, he's reading a book. Meanwhile, on the other side of the street, you guys enjoying your pig
Talking about cliffhangers.
hear the sound of wings. And this strange gray thing flies into the building, narrowly missing the door. It's got a mask on its face, not entirely dissimilar to the one that Iskrin has.
I was guessing Batman, but okay.
And it slithers up to you and goes like, "You come."
I look at Santarot and I think we are being summoned. How's the pig?
Bland,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Shall we check out what this screen wants, or shall we eat more pig?
Well, I still have a full leg available if you want a piece.
Yeah, we'll take it with us. Come.
Okay.
I will pay Starbu. How much do we have to pay?
He checks your tap real quick.
That'll be 12 silver.
Ik geef hem 15 en ik vraag of dat hem nog meer piek kan klaarleggen voor vanavond.
Well, it'll run you up, but I'll take this as down pay.
Okay. Let's go.
While we're walking, I want to ask Volta something, and I will say,
Yes.
Volta, you know, if
But you
sometimes says his weird things.
yeah, you lag.
Ja, de zin nog eens opnieuw beginnen, want je wilt even weg.
Ja.
God damn it. So, you know, Eofkirtle sometimes has weird visions. You remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
I think I
Did you have a
had
vision?
something similar. Well, weird
Big.
things. Usually my dreams are of meat and fights.
Yes.
This time around, it
I
wasn't the
also had
case.
a dream.
Well,
I also had a dream.
now it was about a big serpent crushing out of Shademerk, a big snake thingy.
Yeah.
It looks huge, and I
Cool.
wanted to beat the shit out of it, but then I woke up.
Yeah. I was like, how did they trap that thing? So perhaps we can make new friend. Or
So you also had a similar vision.
yeah,
Okay, maybe it is AFK rubbing off on us a little bit.
yeah, perhaps.
I just don't hope. I mean,
Mhm.
you're already crazy, but I don't hope we go full crazy.
Yeah, but actually, I thought this was kind of cool. I liked it, but also very very strange because such big creatures can do massive damage. So
Well, look at me.
yeah, but bigger, even
Yeah.
more bigger. Yeah.
That's why I want to fight it.
Oh, like that.
This creature is horrible. It's Santarot, but bigger.
Yes, exactly.
Get it.
I was just like, how does it taste?
Well, it looked nasty, so I don't think it will taste that good. But
Yeah.
I also have a thing. I want to talk together with Iskren and
Yeah.
Sorval because their allegiance lies to certain individuals that
Mhm.
have a very straightforward path that I don't like at this particular moment, and I want to know where they're at.
I have a thing about why do they try to capture nature? Shouldn't we let nature loose and then
We should not nature lose.
yes we should
But-
let nature loose.
I mean, that's why I want to ask Iskren. I mean, I respect him. He's a
Yeah.
good there is good thing. It's
Mhm.
whatever. And Sorval, I mean, he's bright, and it's weird. I
I
haven't
think
seen a
that-
lot of that.
I think the word you seek is light, not bright. Or
Yeah, also,
uh,
but I mean, he's also a good guy. But they both have very different ways of perceiving the world.
yes.
And I want to make sure that we're all in the same page at this moment because I don't want to end up being, having to kill any of them because I've grown fond of them.
Yes. I like Tario.
Everybody does.
He's the
Yeah,
simplest kind of
Tario's a good guy. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't have any issues with Tario, but Sorval and Iskren, they're special.
Yes,
I mean, they're both.
Oh.
They mean, for
Most
one, they have magic, and they both have very just ways.
yeah, but
I mean,
you mean good special or bad special? Because
The pair of you, as you are walking across the street with your pig leg slung over your shoulder and gnawing on some hooves, it dawns, specifically on Santarot first, that the town watch is eyeing you with crossbows. They're just going like,
are they big
are they
crossbows
eating
or
humans
small
or
crossbows?
are they not?
and when they look at me, I will just point the pig at the nearest guy and say, "You want a piece? It's good pig. It's good bacon, good breakfast."
No, danke. Please move along.
Well,
Do not
We were-
cause trouble.
I won't cause trouble if you won't cause me trouble.
We won't cause you trouble if that is
Nice.
not human that you are eating.
No, it's
goblin.
pig from over there. Well,
Yeah.
I imagine it's pig. I don't know if it's actually pig. I don't care. It's
Yeah,
good.
it tastes like pig.
Yeah.
Say chicken. Say chicken.
The other white meat.
Not the right thing.
Exactly.
You keep on moving wherever you are going. And do not commit the crimes.
Which
I-
crimes?
I totally
I don't
told
commit
him
crimes.
he's going to be innocent.
Ah.
And his patrol people look bolstered and hardened by their brave sergeant accosting the strangers.
You do not have to fear me, little one. You are not a threat to me, so I don't have a necessary feeling to.
I could be a threat. I am very powerful.
Oh,
I want to be.
so
So you like
you can be a
fighting-
challenge. You can be.
Invite him to the brawl pit.
You want to brawl with me tonight in the pit?
Us,
If
I
you
want to fight
insist,
too.
it has been a while since I was there. But
Whoa.
only after my shift, of course.
Of course, it's probably tonight. So you want to go? Oh, I will probably have to ask if I can fight you. You want to go fight full on or just,
Bring a friend.
teeth and nail?
Ja, bring deine Freunde. Ich komme auch allein.
He knows the guy named Alain.
I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about, but he's a friend that's called Alain.
Yeah, he knows
Apparently.
Alain.
It's like you're back in the shade, Merc.
Is Alain a
Yeah.
girl or a boy?
It is whatever you want it to be, as long as it is your right hand.
Oh.
Exactly. My right hand is very strong.
Yeah.
I believe he is talking about his cloaca.
I will see. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I will see you tonight if you're still into that.
Yeah, it is a strange match
You are
that we
powerful.
fight with weapons,
I am
not
so
cloaca.
into that. I will do things to your behind,
What?
like kicking
I
it.
believe he has a backpack.
Yeah, I think he's trash talking me in a
He's
very
propositioning you.
weird way.
Yes. Is he
Um,
giving us the stink eye? No.
I don't even care about the stink eye. I mean, he's smaller than me, probably. He's wearing armor. Fuck armor.
Yes.
I can take him tonight. Fuck
You-
it, and
you
I will
want
go.
Fuck armor, and you just see like
He wants to play it safe.
shoving away his shield.
I will nod to the captain, sergeant maybe, and I will say, I will see you tonight. And I will continue forward, walking, munching my leg. Volta, you want a piece?
I already have a piece. Of him, you mean, or what? Oh. Tonight.
I mean,
Tonight.
the piece you have right now of the pig is only small. That's why you stay so small, Volta. You need to eat more.
Yes, perhaps. Can
Well,
I have a bigger piece?
I will give him a bigger piece.
Okay. Let us continue to Iskren.
And we shall arrive at Iskren.
At
With a
Iskren,
pig.
not at Iskren. The traveler just poof. Hello.
Hello.
Poof, we are here.
Entering the traveler, carrying your pig remains. People are moderately weirded out, but they've just seen worse, so they've decided to take a page out of Iskren's book and just, life is a drop in the ocean. There is very, very little that we can do about the weird shit life throws at us. And if we are to die by assault of aggravated lizard lions, then that is a thing.
Your question, timeline question. When are they coming in? Is Iskren still in a spiel, or is the spiel
Iskren
done?
has finished his spiel, and you have noticed Sandru, and Sorval has noticed Sandru and just pointed out to Iskren.
Yeah. So when the lull is dying down a bit, people start talking.
There wasn't
again,
a lull. There was Iskren talking.
Yeah. So when other people start talking again, I move over to Sandro and sit next to him on the table. So just for time references, when the others just walk in.
Like, still on that bastard. You're gone.
Bang, bang. Out of the room.
Oh, wow.
Our group references go real deep in case you missed that. We are next level punning.
Oh, yes. I don't
So,
mind.
Sandro's sitting there reading his book, and he goes like, "Oh, hello, little one."
Well, hello, Sandro. Not to disturb, but is it weird if I tell you I've been dreaming about you?
That would
Yeah,
be
so-
because something is trying to get into your head.
Well,
Fuck. Pock.
There was this really, really, really big thing knocking. And he gave him I gave him a description of what I saw the draconic form.
That sounds like him.
And him would be
Doom of Fools. Known to most people as Sivesh Sat.
Can you write that down? That
Write
name?
it down.
Right.
Just making sure that I'm doing this correctly.
Uh,
All right.
And can you tell me what the fuck it is? But in more polite tones. Can you tell me what this thing is? I am being respectful.
Pretty
can
much
I-
like me, it is a planeswalker.
Can I roll my lore skill on this or my -1 history?
I doubt Taurio would know of it.
Okay.
Iskren would have a vague chance, Sorva would have a vague chance, so you could ask them.
Right.
That's about it.
So why are you here? If I may ask.
I noticed that you were gathering attention from enemies that were slightly beyond you.
Do I need to work out again?
And I decided to take an active hand in the matter. Now, you have met Viken.
Or not?
He has told you about the Goblin King.
Yes.
While I don't think Eren is that big of a problem, if you would seek him out to abolish his rule, you should probably head to the wizarding school first.
Because it abolished
That is
its
where
rule.
he got his immortality from. Your current abilities would not stack up to his. And I hate to lose a prize cow.
You are being bullied.
Heeft hij eigenlijk iets van drinken bij hem staan?
Klein glasje kefir.
Oh, snap. Heb ik mijn eigen kefir bij?
Mhm.
Ik kan dat niet bij een hetzelfde glas gieten. Hè. Ik doe... Werkt ze hier met barmannen of niet?
Weet Taurio dat al?
Wil ik?
Weet Taurio dat al?
Ja, is there table service or not?
There's no table service. It's grabbing it at the bar, asking
Okay, so...
politely. There's table service for food.
Yeah, okay, so the go to someone say, just one moment, please. And I walk over to the dining tables
Okay.
and I pick a
As
clean
you
glass.
walk over,
If I notice that Taurio is looking for a drink, can I just send the Thrall to fetch the drinks and then bring them to him?
But I'm just going for a glass. Fuck the
okay.
drinks. I've got better stuff.
Ah, right.
so Sorval and Iskren, Taurio is off to speak with the Minotaur in the corner, and your lizard friends have arrived.
Yes. Please sit. We were wondering how did you spend the night? It seems that some of us have been having unsettling
Nori,
dreams.
what did you dream?
Well, Sorval dreamt of.
Yes, I dreamt of a large creature that showed me the what's it called again? The Blessed Shade, crashing to Shade Mark. It tried to scare me, but I was barely able to understand it. And then I just concentrated on my connection with Sarah, and I was able to just go to sleep.
Tari also had a weird dream, it seems. So we were wondering if maybe you also had some dreams.
Well, it
Yes.
seems that both Wolfa and me had the same similar kind of dream vision. We dreamt about a great serpent erupting from beneath Shademark.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, it showed me how the primal world was actually, in my opinion, better. And that gods bound our world and made it civilized and
So better.
no, I wouldn't say that.
Yes, better.
So maybe
I wouldn't say that.
we need
Torvald.
to hurry up with our business here and return
Yes.
to Ravnica.
Perhaps we
But-
should
But
think about the natural order of things.
we still have one of the seals, so it should still be sealed. The Nephilim, or whatever it was.
Well, if we're having this dream, Sorval, I do not know, but I haven't seen or heard from my shamans, so
I am
perhaps this
sure.
is a message from them.
I am sure that if Shademark was in danger, I would get a message from Sarah or Jared to tell me about this.
Mm.
So I'm sure
Have you heard
that
about
everything's alright.
how? Have you heard about them? Did they contact you?
I heard some time ago from Sarah, and I also
Yeah, but
felt Jared's.
Yeah,
When we were at the Black Anvil, I felt Jared's presence. He
okay.
also spoke
So
to
they
me.
can
So.
they can manifest in this place, but my
Yes, of course,
shaman,
Sarah
yeah,
is from this place.
yeah, but my shaman is not from this place. He's from the other place, or our hometown, our place, Ravnica.
Yes,
So
but
I
Jared
am.
was able to contact me there. He also was there, and
Mm.
Sarah was also able to contact me there. So they have connections to that place. They can
Yeah,
tell
I
us if something is wrong.
I'm not sure, but I think, in my opinion, and I'm a simple lizard. Yeah?
This is
In my
Volta at his
opinion,
most diplomatic, I think, in my opinion.
yes, I'm a simple lizard, but I actually think that perhaps the beast is trying to communicate with us.
Well, the one time that we had a connection, I guess, to that monster, well, it tried to kill us. So
Are you
pretty sure
sure?
it's
Are you
evil.
sure he tried to kill? Are you sure he tried to kill us?
It was while we were
If
we
you were
escaping with
not
the flying
flying
ship.
that ship that well, we would have died. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
Even-
not sure.
Volta, even you recognize that there was a certain element of risk involved in your escape.
Yes, of course, but that is the way of nature, no?
Mhm.
So
well, we know that all that being was sealed away by all the guilds, with the strength of all the guilds on Ravnica. So
do we know this? Out of character, do we notice that this beast was sealed away? Allee,
Out of character, if you
Yeah.
don't know that, you've been missing out on an awful lot of story.
okay, ça va.
yeah,
So actually, this beast is actually an enemy to all of us.
Yes.
It is a greater predator
Yes.
of the world.
It's a
But-
planet-wide calamity.
It's a challenge. It's
Yeah.
an enemy.
But it still
It's a
only
s-
counts as one, so why bother?
It's a Saturday evening.
So
I mean, even if Ragdos needed help defeating it, I mean,
yeah, so actually, this beast is quite a challenge. But if we defeat it, perhaps we can become
uh,
great.
okay. So I have one question, DM. Would
Mhm.
Sorval know that we don't even stand a chance against that thing until we've become way more powerful, way more mighty?
Against the Nephilim?
Yeah.
For sure. We know that the
I mean,
planeswalkers even had to step in from
Yeah,
5
I
worlds
mean-
to
So-
stop it.
The diplomatic answer here is it is Sorval.
I mean, I have a big ego, but not even I go to those.
I think even Sorval would realize that there's no way he can face that.
Even
I mean-
Xantharot would know it. And he's like, big enemy, kick in face.
I mean, Sorval did survive until now, so he has a small sense of
Who
That
to
might
ally
also
with.
because of his allies.
granted.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh.
I.
Greater monsters and greater things and all of this stuff. I was wondering, and I already talked about this with Volta, both Iskrin and Sorval. You have a patron.
Yes.
Someone who you follow, and from what I recall and from what I envision right now is that you both are two opposites of the same coin, light and dark in a way. At least your patrons are. That is the vision that I have. I mean, Iskrin, even though you're a very good guy, Baron Sengir is very dark. Good thing.
Very well.
Good.
It's
Please go ahead.
them, whatever. From now on, I will call you the Mask. And Sorval, he is very angelic in his lawful way of pursuing, which sometimes
Thank you.
clouds his
Vision.
his view of clear thought. So I want to make sure that we are all in the same page, even though we have different views.
Yes.
Because both Volta and me, we are not as driven or lawful or strict in the rules as you all are.
Yes.
Yes.
So
After
I was
this
wondering,
long preamble,
what the
is there an
fuck
actual
is it
question?
that you want?
What I want?
Yes, what is it that you and Sorval both want out of this?
Well, I mean, I'm not 100% sure what you mean with out of this, but the reason we are here, I think it was clear by now, is that since it seems that one of the seals that keep this Nephilim imprisoned is in our possession, and that this seal was apparently somehow it arrived to us through Baron Sengir, our priority is to speak with Baron Sengir. And we have been taking a very, very long way to do that.
For
When
me,
I say
my
our, I mean mine priority.
my priority is to speak to Sarah because she called for me to come here with my allies because there is a great danger. I think we now know who that danger is. And he's
Yes.
a danger to this entire plane.
Well,
So-
the first danger that there is Leshrak. He has been opposing us for a while now. And
He's
second, we have this snack thingy coming out of Shakemerk, which is a bigger Nephilim and a bigger threat right now, I think. But that doesn't stop me wondering, because you both want to talk to your patrons, but what is it you want to gain out of this?
Knowledge, to understand what the next step is. At this point, we only know that the Nephilim exists and somehow is about, or they are about, to come out of their prison. What our involvement in all this is, it's still in the darkness. I am hoping that those that are more powerful than us and those that have been involved in the imprisonment of the Nephilim have some more knowledge for us.
Orval, what is
Yes,
it that you want to gain out of this?
if I am called to somewhere by somebody who might have a very big connection to angels, I will go there. Especially because we might find might here that will enlarge our glory.
Fair enough. Well, I will say this to the both of you. I don't care about what you want. I'm going to be very honest about that.
Why ask then?
But I will stand by you. If you want my help, I will help you out. But if you stand in the way of the normal way of things and want to fight against how to say this? If you want to fight against us, I will not hesitate and cut you down. But I will stand by you if you need my help.
I don't see why we should fight against you.
Well,
Your
I don't
thoughts?
think you want to fight me, but
No, I mean whatever you
you-
stand for.
you
I suppose that you stand for nature. That
Well,
you are an
not-
ally of nature.
not necessarily nature in general, but the general flow of things. You both have a very
order.
certain way of wanting to guide everything, and that is all good and dandy. You do what you want.
Yeah.
But if you go directly in my way or Volta's way, then I will not hesitate to cut you down. I just want you to know that.
Well, Bixie, if I ever step in front of your path, please first tell me so I can get out of your way. I would hate to fight you,
Yeah.
but if our paths are ever opposite, I will kill you.
Right.
Fair enough.
Iskra looks around and he says, "Now that we have all threatened each other, shall we?"
I mean,
Wait,
a worthy
I
opponent.
haven't threatened anyone yet. I mean,
No.
I'm
We-
Dario's missing out with the book nerd club.
Yes, it's like,
Yes.
let me get one thing straight. So the deal we are making here is that as long as we're friends, but the day that we're enemies, right? That's what you're saying.
Well,
I
the thing
believe-
I'm saying is, if your patrons
Mm-hmm.
ever simply say that we are your enemy,
Mm-hmm.
and you will abide by that and just turn against us, I will not hesitate
Mm-hmm. Okay.
to strike you down as well.
I understand.
I want to have an
Set
open
trust.
communication with all of us. We are different people with different choices and visions of life.
Yes.
But I will not hesitate if you turn against us.
I look at Xantaroth, I look at Voltam like, if my patrons ever tell me that you are enemies, I will not take them on their words. I will first judge you on your acts myself.
We're fucked.
I will
No.
be judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah.
If my
So-
patron ever tells me that one of the two of you is a threat, well, I guess he's not a patron worth following then.
That is what I wanted to know.
How many levels were in that line? I just.
That's like, hi, my name is Peter Pan, and my shadow's got away. Oh, Iskren has it, and he's throwing it at people.
Very well. That concluded.
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
So basically, switching back to Taurio then, because I do think that exchange did take a while.
Yeah,
Yes.
so while that exchange is taking place, I go get a glass.
If we're enemies, we're enemies, and if we're friends, we're friends, and I will cut you down sometime.
Frenemies!
I'll shoot you in the back with a crossbow, because I love you. Pew,
As
pew.
if tradition. As if tradition.
Sounds like Juliet. So I come back to the table. I put the glass down, and I sit center. And it's not much in the way of thanks for having my back, but I'm not sure well, I'm not sure if it will palate your taste. Those are very big words for Taurio. He's doing his best, but you may like this. It's my best brew yet, and I pour in I pour the glass of kefir until as full as I can get it without being difficult to spill, and I slide it over to his side.
Thank you. I'll give it a taste. Hmm. Interesting. There's better stock for kefir to be had, but your attempt is noble and pure. I enjoy it.
Thank you. And while he was trying, I'm pouring myself, and I brought 2 glasses. Obviously, I mean,
Your allies seem to be having an interesting discussion. First
yeah,
and foremost, they should sort out why they are friends before declaring themselves enemies. It is entertaining, but
they'll come through in a fight. That's all I care about.
so apart from guarding your dreams, I was sent here to make sure that you do not lose track of what is happening. Charit Carthalion, the Shadow Mage, tells me that several seals have been broken on Ravnica, and there is great calamity and havoc. Currently, the mayor of Shademerk has died,
Mhm.
lacking her stabilizing influence. Things have been going badly. The Boros Legion is trying to do what they can, but it is an uphill struggle.
Ooh. So yeah,
I would suggest that you try and meet with Lord Sengir at the earliest convenience. Or visit Lady Sarah. That is also an option. If you wish to eliminate Lord Eron, it is wise to go to the wizarding school. That will carry its own risks and weights. And quite frankly, in your interest, little one, consider if Ravnica is a plane you want to save. There are many more out there, all of them full of their own excitement and adventure, and one can lead a fulfilling life wandering.
yeah, but it is good to have a home to return to, you know,
Home is where the hoof is.
or the herd.
You have heard?
Yeah, there's still a lot of herd left on Ravnica, or at least I hope so. Hearing all this stuff, at least my herd wasn't near the Shademerk,
Hmm.
except the Legion. But I'll pass the message along. You've given me a lot to think about, and I'm not that good at thinking. I know you are, but it's not my strength.
So be it. In my perception, Lord Sengir holds answers to a lot of things and poses more questions of his own. He seeks to be free from the shadow of his former master. And in doing that, he will become an apt rival for Leshrak. I think it will be best were he to ascend to his full potential. I see the future of Ravnica as bleak. But there are ways to restore things. Sure, your party will find out. You've got clever and strong and it's either one or the other. And I'm pretty sure that they'll figure it out. Where one fails, the other can catch up. So be the binding glue that they need.
Yeah, I have not much to say about all these complicated words, so I toast to him and I take a big gulp of my kefir.
He puts a decent-sized enamel jug. You think it's half a liter-ish on the table. Right. Time to get back to what I was doing. Fare you well, Taurio. And he starts just like fading out of existence.
I give him a polite nod.
And in front of you stands a flask which contains an unending supply of milk.
Normal milk, or I take a sip. It's from Sandro. I mean,
Yeah, it's milk. Cow's milk.
all right. Production is going to roll.
The rest of the party, as you are having your conversation, Taurio was sitting with older-looking Minotaur.
Do we
Scantily
recognize him
clad.
from?
You
the
recognize him
description?
from descriptions that Taurio gave you. And the Minotaur puts something on the table and vanishes.
Flask of endless milk. Check.
So I suppose that we have finished our talk by now as well.
Hopefully.
Yes. So I
We are friends until you have sexual relations with a family member, and then where will we were?
So I look at where Tario is. I see the other Minotaur disappear. I'm like, oh,
Is
these look
this
very familiar.
is the table I'm sitting on? Is it the big table or?
It's decent size. There's space for
2 Minotaurs.
8 or 10.
All right, so I wave the others over when they're done with their bickering or dick measuring or cloaca measuring or whatever.
There is 4 of us sitting here, and there is one of you sitting there. You come here, you big oaf.
Yeah. So I think Tario was talking with a planeswalker.
How do you know that?
I believe it was a white cow.
Well, remember when
I'm measuring.
we had not met each other that long? Tario described a planeswalker. He had
You
met.
mean the one at the chapel?
Yes.
The white cow.
That one fit that description perfectly. So
It was
also
a white
because
cow.
Tario was talking to him.
Somehow
So
this planeswalker seems to need us. I wonder
Yes.
why.
also I have to say I was not really impressed by him.
Why?
Didn't really look powerful.
Well, the most powerfuls don't really look it.
I mean, look at Santaros.
I will
The clear opposite of
disagree.
powerful.
I will have to disagree.
There is different kinds of power. There is the
That is true.
evident power, and there is that power that you only know, well, too late.
Yes.
That is true. Still,
Still, it didn't look powerful. I see. Alright. So, shall we go and speak with this Iron Consortium?
Yeah. So yeah, I come hoof. I hoof over.
Move over.
Hoof, bitch, get out the way.
Wait.
Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.
So Dario, what were you talking about?
Well.
I didn't write anything down.
I
No,
have
I
written
did.
everything
I
down.
did write everything down, but so Sandra says hi. Ravnica's in trouble.
How?
The shape mercs a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I expected so.
How?
So first off, remember Rion was talking about the
Yeah.
big draconic thingy that
Yeah.
was knocking on the door. Well, apparently it was a planeswalker called Sevesh Sat. En ik kijk zo naar de scribbled note die ik heb van hoe de fuck dat was. Do you guys know what the fuck or who the fuck this is?
Do we?
Religion check?
You
Or
can roll
what?
me a religion check.
Okay. No advantage, I suppose.
Unless you're helping each other puzzle it out.
Sure.
Yeah. Well,
Amazing.
I will also guide ourselves.
You should probably do that before you roll.
Ah, yeah.
It's
Well, I
it's
mean,
also only a one.
It's all the same. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. Can we all roll religion checks, or is it just?
Orval and his
It's those people that are trained in it, because it's very obscure knowledge,
all right.
and
Yeah.
it's slightly too obscure for
It
them.
is still obscure.
Yeah. Okay.
So I.
So while Taurio is mentioning this, I will say to him, well, we also had the vision about an enormous serpent erupting out of Shademark itself. I think it is a vision and not something that is happening right now, but it is something that can happen.
Yes.
It is something that EFK told us about, or definitely me,
Yes.
that visions sometimes can happen of the future.
I believe if this is true, we need a bigger fish.
Yes.
Yeah. So that wasn't all. So that was just the guy in my dreams knocking on the door. So Sandra was having my back on that one, but he also said that in Shapemerk, the mayor is dead.
Oh.
Shapemerk itself is in pieces. The Legion is trying their best. Well, obviously it's the Legion, but it seems that it might be even too much for them. So
This only.
Shapemerk is in deep shit.
This
Clearly, they miss Sorval's leadership.
Yeah, this only reinforces what I said a few minutes back, that we need to hurry up with whatever we are doing here and go back.
Yeah,
home.
he also advised me that it might be better to look for a different plane
That's what
because
that's what a
it
loser
doesn't
would say.
look good.
So
He told. Long story short, the way I got it, it told us to get our shit together.
so
Zenger seemed to have some answers or possibilities, so it might be good to help him. It's pick a side. It's either Sengir or Sera.
I think they're the same side at this moment.
Yeah.
They both
Yeah,
want
so-
Lesher
Okay.
gun.
They said that
We
they're
have
on the
a
same side.
mutual enemy.
Getting Sengir to his full potential, he might he should be able to give the Shrek a run for his money. So that's one more thing.
Oh, money, finally.
And one last point
Running, no,
concerning
money, yes.
the Goblin King. Apparently, he got his immortality from the Wizarding Academy. So if you want to go up against him, we should check out there, or at least pass that information along.
I think the first thing we should do right now is get to Sengir, talk with him, and then, because Sarah is around the wizarding school, right? If I recall correctly.
No.
I'll open
Sarah
it up
is
for you guys.
In the direction of...
Yeah.
So basically, Sarah is here. Wizarding
On
School is
Sarah's
here.
island. Yeah.
Singing
Close enough.
is here.
Not in the general direction, okay. We are fucked.
Well, but I mean, we go to the Dark Barony and then we go north to Serra and then we go to the Wizarding School. So it's like.
Well,
Yes.
there is also Ishan's corpse that I want to bring
Yes.
to Autumn.
Oh, yeah.
When
And
we-
I
And
There
look
want-
at how beautifully all those goals are arranged at different ends. Oh,
Perfect.
yes, I want a
there-
treasure map and Ishan's corpse. So
There is something else. The wizarding school was under attack by a large serpent or something like that. I don't quite remember. Let me check.
give me a moment. I'll be right back.
All right, but so do we have to pass by Caution Keep to go to the Dark Barony?
We are at Caution Keep.
Okay, we just don't care about the Goblin King. That's what I'm saying. We don't need to.
Well, if a placewalker tells us we are not powerful
No,
enough,
what I'm saying is, being here doesn't mean that the Goblin King will do something to us. We can just be
No.
passers-by. Okay, very well.
basically, all you know is the Goblin King owes his allegiance to Leshrak, who is at war with Singed and Sera.
So, if you have doubts, maybe I could do a thing. I could look into the thousandfold thought, into the endless possibilities, and try to divine the best course of action.
You're just gonna roll some dice, right?
I
Not
can also ask Jared what the best.
Really,
course
you
of
have a
action.
direct line to Jared?
I
I
can
can-
ask for his intervention.
Right.
Hi, Jared, it's me again, Sorval, big fan. I have your autograph. I would like to ask you for directions.
Dial 2 for damnation.
No,
1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Rod of Goth, 10 people waiting before you.
they're a bad idea, dude.
Planner cleansing, you say? Terminatus. Okay. How many IPs did I just fuck over?
Yeah,
So
that's,
many.
yeah. So it is one of my in my powers. It's a bit costly, but if we put a bit of money together, I can try.
I don't have money.
Well, then I guess you cannot supply any if you don't
No.
have it.
I have big bone.
How much do you need?
If it's only 4 of us, I would say 25 each. 25 gold.
Excuse me, I was following.
Hey,
25,
my stat sheet has changed the golds on top now.
25. Yeah, roll 20 made some kind of update.
Yeah. So
25 gold
25 for what?
to cast the spell that I need to cast.
25 each, or
25 each, including me.
all right? I
So-
toss the. Well, I hand it over. I don't toss it on the table.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
shot.
just
Toss,
I'm,
put,
not, I'm not a
I
whore.
put 25 gold on the table as well.
Windmill slap.
So just
I look-
carefully.
I look at Volta.
I will pay 50 gold for my friend here, and I can put that.
That's great. Okay, DM. Then I will cast.
Out of character, how much gold did he gain right now?
Enough.
Well, I mean, everybody can look it up on on his player's handbook, so there is no. Okay, so DM, I will cast this spell, but normally this spell says that you go in contact with a god or a god servant. Eh? But since I understand in Ravnica, I mean, I'm not really like a priest of a god, right? I'm a priest of the religion of the Obzedat or whatever that is. Eh? Can it be some kind of, as I say, just looking into the strand of fate and trying to orderly and logically divine what the best course of action is? Or if you want to be a god, it's a god, but I'm just saying to fluff it.
The thing is that the power of the Guild Pact doesn't work on Ulgrotha.
All right.
So
You can ask Sengir what's the best path to take.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm just using like the magical ability to look into a million possibilities to pick up.
Guys, I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom.
which thing are you specifically angling for?
So what I'm asking is, so normally this spell would say you ask a single question.
No, are
concerning
you
the
asking
Huh.
for the Orzovian aspect of your magic?
For the,
Or would you be drawing on
white magic?
Powers
So
of Sengir?
I'm looking at white magic. Like, I want to logically, like, make some kind of abstract calculation of the endless possibilities and logically reach the one that.
I think black is even more logic than white, to be honest. But...
No.
Black is chaos.
No?
Yeah.
It's basically whatever Iskren chooses is what I will be going with.
Yeah. So in this case, I would like to apply to my white magic
Okay.
And basically, I will ask, what is our best move? To which one of these three places should we go first? Baron Sengir, Serra, or the Wizarding School?
Okay, I'm gonna wait until Sorval comes back, so we'll do a short break here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow.
Oh, I'm out of sake.
So we dive into the wonderful world of Iskren's prayers.
Yes.
Yes.
So basically, the way I imagine is like I'm there in a room, and I'm like a bit like Doctor Strange that comes back and says, "I've been in 1,075 futures, and in only one of them we will be succeeding." Something like that. But I'm just analyzing the logic of all of this and trying to divine. best
As
course
you
of
are
action.
trying to do that, and you reach out with your orderly thoughts, focusing on the essence of white magic inside of you, a golden glow surrounds you. And closing your eyes and opening them again, perchance by blinking, you see descending in front of your vision a lady garbed in white. Her skin is tanned, her hair flows down from her shoulders, her robes curl up into some sort of vaguely angelic wing shape. And she regards you and says, I did not expect you to call upon me, but ask your question and I will answer to the best of my ability.
I need to know what the best course of action is for us right now. And I hope and I trust that you will not simply reply with what is best for you, but what is best for us.
Throwing shade to a planeswalker. Not smart. Not. Ooh.
Shade.
Yeah.
The best thing for you to do would be to find powerful allies. How
Wink,
you go
wink.
about that is however you want to. There are many possibilities open to you. Here, or even on other planes. 5 are linked due to the seal that holds the Nephilim in place. You know that already. So let's see if we can give you an additional information.
Yes, please.
To bring the vampire up to speed, it would behoove you to allow Ruin to come to Ravnica. The breaking of the seal would boost his powers tremendously. It would also strengthen Autumn Willow and relieve most of us of a large burden that we are currently carrying. However, if you hold your home plane dear, find another way to further Zengir's ambition. Having him become the equal of Leshrak would be both amusing and good. But how to do that will be interesting.
Very well. I can only ask one question, so thank you for your help, milady.
You are most welcome. And she vanishes, the golden glow around you starts to dissipate, and slowly return, vision-wise, to the Traveler's Retreat.
Yes, I will exit my room like I'm much proven by this ordeal. And I will gather my companions once again, and I will say, our path is true. We should indeed see Baron Sengir first. What we must make sure of, though, is that the help that he gives us will have a price, and this price may be Ravnica. So we must make sure that we have something else to bargain with when we are there. Or, since I doubt that we can find something on the way, once we are at Baron Sengir, we must sway the conversation in a way that it can tell us what else would please him instead of the destruction of our world.
So I will be saying nothing and look intimidating. Check.
That's correct. Santarot, can you do the same?
Looking intimidating, I
Yep.
can sure do that.
Yeah, that's going
Saying
to
nothing
work.
is harder.
Yeah, saying nothing is the most important thing. Looking into it is fine, but
Something tells me that someone like him would not be intimidated
no,
by people like us.
absolutely, Sorbo, absolutely. But what I'm saying though is that since this coin, in a way, comes from him, and this coin is the seal, maybe he does not really want this Nephilim to be released.
I would not like it either,
No, we
Okay.
for sure don't want that, but
because
they are keeping this prison closed by using a lot of personal power, all these people here in Ugrota. So for them it could be less of a burden when our world, when the seal is open and whatever happens to our world happens.
But
by the
can
way,
you even imagine the paperwork that will cause? I mean,
so, guys,
fuck
one
no.
question out of character.
Yeah.
Does Sorval know that you spoke to Sarah?
How would you know?
Okay, just wanted to know that for certain.
You don't.
That
Unless
okay,
Iskren tells you,
perfect.
you don't.
Okay, perfect.
I'm not even sure I spoke with Sarah, so I mean, I wouldn't go
Even
around. I will not go around name dropping Jessica. No.
Okay. But we do need to ask ourselves if losing Ravnica is something that's even
No, that's something
something
that I will not consider.
one of us could
No, I will
be
not
okay
consider
with.
that. Absolutely, no, no.
It's not even on
Very
the
glad to
table.
hear that.
That is my deal breaker. I have too much invested in Ravnica.
Okay.
Mhm.
I would not want Legion to fall either.
No.
Or lose our homes.
Absolutely. All right, then I don't know if you wanted to speak with the Iron Brotherhood first, but then we need
If
to
you
move
don't
on.
mind,
Yeah.
I think I will go and look for a smithy first. There's a project I really have to do now.
Sure.
At this point, the GM carefully reminds the party they haven't actually accessed their point of passing through this place and have not done any paperwork yet.
You
True.
know,
They
I
have
want-
just lost the night.
Okay.
They
What
could have been
paperwork?
one day further ahead.
So I'll just Sorval will just look around. It's like someone of us should go and make sure that we can actually continue on here.
Well, I guess paperwork is my thing, right? I mean, so
You don't want me to do diplomatic missions.
So Iskren,
I have my axe, but that's my
Yeah,
that's my best
I
diplomatic
so
answer. I mean,
who wants to go to the Iron Brotherhood?
I would definitely want to do that.
Volta?
yeah, I would also like to go to the Iron Brotherhood, but I am actually quite. I have to consult something to try and understand what's coming at us.
Okay.
So
Taurio, would you want to go to there, or
I'll tag along.
it's just that? Never mind. Iskren, do you want to go there?
to the Iron Brotherhood.
Yes,
What for?
that's what I thought.
Okay, very well.
Taurio,
if you want-
would you mind escorting Iskren to wherever he has to go to make sure that we can continue on here?
I think it is better that the two Boros guys will do the Iron Brotherhood, and I will escort Iskren too.
I don't see why we should talk to the Iron Brotherhood.
Yeah, I also don't understand. Why did we not go there?
We met a few of them, but I don't really know what we should talk to them
About yeah.
now.
So, no, I agree.
I mean, we will be returning here later. I'm
Sure.
sure.
I'll go fix the paperwork.
I will escort you.
Very well.
Okay, so, Volta, Dario, will you go to the Iron Brotherhood then?
So I was just figuring we were going to say hi, but if
Yeah,
we
but
don't
Yeah,
want to
let's.
say
then
hi,
there you go say hi.
well, I don't have anything specific to talk to them.
No, I would actually like to visit the temple, the Mountain Shade Temple. If you want, Tario, you can come.
No, I can always check out the local herd, see if there are any nice. Well, I was going to say females, but yeah, females still count.
Females.
I was going to say females, but I have become increasingly unsure with Sandro around.
Yeah, I've been having these weird dreams, man. I'm in a bit of a crisis.
Things are hard.
That shouldn't be.
All right. So actually, while we're on our way, since I'm alone with Xantaroth now, I will say, I was very impressed by that little talk that you did before. And actually, I think it has been a bit maybe impolite from my side personally to not ask you what it is that you want, Xantaroth. I understand that you enjoy a good fight and you are our greatest asset here when violence is involved, but what is it that you want?
I have been sent here by our shaman. And that is also something that I want to discuss with you in a way. Volta, as you have seen, and I have been making fun of him sometimes, he's not a normal lizard. He isn't bulky. He is black, ashen, has a weird color, and is sneaky.
He's
In a weird
colored,
way?
He's the
colored,
black
and
lizard of
also
the family.
colored, which is weird.
Yeah,
Goddamn black lizards.
yes. It is
Black lizard
weird.
pattern, man.
And there is a certain prophecy. And our shaman, he's a weird fellow. One day he loves Volta, the next day he loathes him. And the reason for that is that he is destined to do one of two things. He will, one, destroy the Gruul clan, the Slits clan that we know, or even more, Shademerg, Ravnica, or he will save it. And it is my task at this particular moment to guide him to do the right thing.
No pressure.
I think it is pretty obvious what this shaman is doing, especially for what concerns you, Xantaroth.
The next thing that I am concerned of is the Slits clan has always been lizard folk. The current leader is not lizard folk. And I left because I have the ambition of taking over the clan and bring it back to the lizard folk. But as we know, Gruul, the moment they see an adversary that is strong enough to take over, they will kill him or her before that ever happens. So, yes, right now I am seeking strength to take over the Slits clan and guide Volta towards his rightful place.
Right, then, when you told me about this shaman, I was just about to say that what I'm thinking is that the shaman is kind of like preparing you for some greatness. And since you're telling me that the leadership of the Slits is now in the hands of someone that is not supposed to hold this title, and that you want this place, I think that your shaman has exactly the same idea. And truth be told, I cannot imagine someone that would do a better job to lead the Slits than you, Xantaroth. I've been among your people for a very short time at the beginning of my assignment, and I can see that they are in a dire need of a strong leadership, which clearly you, apart from your fighting prowess, can provide due to your experiences in the world at large, and shall I say, in different worlds at this point. So, I think that is something that I would like to help you with.
Well, I would like that very much.
Do you need to beat this leader in some sort of ritual single combat, or is it enough that he perishes?
Well, for one, it has to be very obvious that I am the one who defeats him, because,
Right.
as you know, strength and prowess is something that we hold dear very much.
Mm-hmm.
So if he is killed in his sleep, that doesn't make me a great leader or a strong leader. So I really have to face him head on.
I understand. Well, then I will tell you this. Maybe it's a bit premature to discuss the details of how we can accomplish this together, but I do want to help you accomplishing this. So you keep an eye out for me. I will keep an eye out for you. And when this is all done here in Ulgrota, we'll go back to the Slits and we'll make sure that you sit on a rightful throne made from the bones of this pretender that is sitting now on that place.
I like that very
Blood
much.
for the Blood Santaros?
What?
Blood for the Blood Santaros?
Yes, blood for blood.
And skulls for his skull throne. No, wait.
Skulls for my skull throne.
Very well done. Let's go fill some papers now.
Yes.
We have just plotted the overthrow of a Gloom Crown Lord. Let's do paperwork.
Overthrowing somebody takes a lot of paper.
Exactly.
Approaching the logistics building. It is a large wooden structure in this place. Not large by Ravnican standards, of course, but it does take out a fair bit of space in the city. There is a moderate amount of activity around it. Tradespeople passing through. You can see a row of 10-15 carts standing near the entrance. Entrance itself, 3 meters high, 2 meters wide, and there's just bureau after bureau after bureau, just offices. You enter, you are greeted by a dour-faced woman, probably of dwarven descent. Now that you know dwarves, they're shorter, slightly more beardy. And she looks you up and down, looks Xantarot up and down, and goes, "What can I do for you? Tradesperson and bodyguard?"
We have been informed that in order to stay in your wonderful city, we are in need of filling out some sort of papers.
Oh no, staying in the city is gratuitous. You can just stay without filling in papers. It is when you leave that you should do paperwork.
Oh well, then I would like to fill these papers in advance. Then we'll be
Yes.
ready to leave at a moment's notice.
And where will you be heading?
Outside of the city.
Yes. Will you be heading through Koshun Pass, or will you be heading back towards the Asen side of the
No,
continent?
west, through Caution Pass, yes.
So you are aiming to visit the Dog Barony.
We're aiming to pass through the pass.
I see. The only thing beyond the pass is the Dog Barony.
That just so happens to be the case then.
It will take a couple of days for us to work this out. Let us say within 3 days you can come back, and she pulls out some paperwork and starts stamping with some sort of custom-made stamp that gives a vague indication. She writes down the dates. In 3 days you can return and you bring this paper, and then you can pass through.
Why
The
the
paper-
fuck would it take 3 days for paper to be written?
Well, first
Just
of
to
all,
pass through a pass.
We have to make sure that you are respectable tradespeople, and we have to be sure that you can behave in a way that would be accommodating to those that guard the pass.
Well,
Well, I will certainly behave if it wouldn't take so long.
I mean, I think what my scaly friend here is trying to say is that clearly there must be a way to complete these formalities in a relatively shorter time.
Well,
We
sadly
are, of
enough,
course, willing to, how can I say, supply the right means to make sure that the processing happens in the fastest possible way. And I do so happen to understand there is a certain lack of gold in this town. So maybe I take like 20 gold pieces. We could make sure that, the right people look at the right paper at the right time, and the right time being now, and that those papers are completed in a shorter time. And I also cast guidance on myself for whatever role it's about to come.
the thing is, that would be Lord Aaron who looks at the papers,
Huh.
and
He looks at
the
the papers
messenger.
of all the people passing by.
Yes,
Interesting.
he's very hands-on in his approach.
Yeah, I can see.
So, the messenger takes one day to get up the mountain to Koshum Keep, and then he takes one day for Lord Aaron to review the papers and put them in a parcel, and then the next day it comes down and we process them.
I see. Then I do not. I only show him the 20 coins, and then I put them back in my satchel. I'm like,
Huh.
huh?
She's got a beard. Come on, give him some slack. It's some
No,
slack.
I don't cut Iskun a single inch of slack on gender.
All right. And I say, well, if that is the way it is, then I suppose that we will be enjoying the amenities of this town for a
Sadly
nice
enough, and you actually see that she is quite downcast at the prospect of losing gold, being a dwarf. But there is very little she can do because this is the actual shit. Like, it goes up, stays there a day, and then it comes
sure.
down again.
I mean, apart from in this world, I've never seen a dwarf before, right?
You have.
What?
You've
what
actually killed a
if-
couple.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, only in
Yeah.
this world. I never saw them in Ravnica.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, yeah. I mean,
What if I help guide the messenger up?
I think that they have roads here in Zantarot, so they know exactly.
Yes.
where to get
I mean, make sure he fucking goes faster.
Toss him up the
I
mountain.
think we could use the spare time. I know that Sorval is busy with a project of his, and
Technique. He starts, you run after him screaming.
you have that project with the pits here, so we will find a way to pass the time.
Okay.
No pressure.
Okay.
I mean,
Fair enough.
it's only
I'm
a
just
world war that is going to shit.
I'm just wondering. Woman.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
What happens if we ignore the papers?
You will be shot to death by approximately 300 crossbows.
yeah,
Fair enough.
I think 3 crossbows were enough for me. So
Yes.
Depends who's wielding the crossbows.
If it's full plan, that's just fucking party wipe for the enemy.
I know somebody as well.
One.
I will leave it at that.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go fight into the pits.
Well,
Let us just say that if I'm the one at the crossbow, you have a shot.
Ouch.
Whether you're an ally or an enemy, there's always a shot. This is like the worst tequila night ever. You're
Yeah.
sitting there at the bar with Volta, and everyone's going like, "Shot, shot, shot." I'd rather not.
Iskren,
Yes.
I know paperwork is your thing, but does it always take so fucking long?
It does not. This is a very peculiar town, and
It might take longer.
with the help of the guild pact, we will never be here again.
Okay. Well, I hope we have 3 days to spend, it seems.
Xantarot feels motivated to save Ravnica.
Well, I feel motivated to do shit and not sit on my ass, so...
That is sadly enough not an option.
Well, then
Bob.
there is a pit.
Okay, rest of the party. Let's
Well-
start with Sorval.
I'm
What are you doing?
I'm going to ask one of the servers here just where I can find a smithy.
Okay. Is anyone joining Sorval?
To the smithy? No. Where is the smithy? I'm going towards the Annabelle Lodge. Was it? If it's in the same direction, I'll join him for part of the way. But
If you look at the map,
Mhm.
basically what Sorval is told is, well, there is the general store. It has a smithy on the side. You could always go there. There is a lot of things you can buy there, and it is in the control of a very capable smith.
Okay, so I'll join you for until we get to the lodge, and then I'll break off.
Okay, so
Appreciate
you would
that.
actually get to the lodge first, and then to the general store.
Yeah, so I break off when we get to the lodge. So,
Okay.
but I'll join him for part of the way.
Okay.
Vilta, where are you heading?
I will be heading towards the Shade Temple. Like this?
Temple.
Yeah. And I will look for contemplation and things I can
Kill.
perhaps no, not kill. I will try and seek guidance from the gods or other things that live around here to tell me what I should do. What how can I get the how do I say this? The way of nature. How can I
Mhm.
see that everything is in balance, in check, and things can roam free?
Okay. Let's just make this exceedingly fair.
Yeah.
1, Sorval. 2, Taurio. And 3, of course, Vilta.
If it's for damage, it's Vilta.
1. I said Taurio first, right?
Yes.
You did? Ah, okay.
Alrighty.
Roll damage.
Arriving at the Annabelle Lodge, you have walked a bit with Sorval. The town appears to be proper and quite in place. There's a lot of dirt roads and a general sense of once you're off the main track of town, which basically goes from gate to gate, things get slightly more disheveled. But the building you approach is a large wooden building. There's 2 stories. There's some gardens around. And minotaurs. There is a large gathering of minotaurs. You count 20, maybe 30 minotaurs just lounging around, hanging around. Some
In
of them
my
are
opinion, is
crazy
that a
little.
large gathering?
It's unusual to see that many at the same time. Most of the time, Boros tend to disperse the minotaurs over several regiments because of like combat potency. And this is, if this were Legion talk, this would be like an assault unit.
Mildly impressed. Check.
They're not as heavily armored as they would be in the Legion, but
they
they
they look-
appear to be combat ready, most of them. You see Obono, he's just hanging around drinking beer.
I walk over and I say hi. I was in the neighborhood, so
Hello. Are you come to check out the lodge?
yes, I have. I have though I don't know how long
Excellent
it's taking.
choice. Where is your companion? Is that Viking fellow?
He hoofed it. He didn't even give a reason. He just went up and
Too
left.
bad. The boss wanted to see him real bad.
Yeah, if I run into him again, I'll tell him. But he just hoofed it. Sorry.
Yeah, let me show you in. And he basically grabs you and shows you around the place. It's rather large, very straightforward kind of building though. It's basically two squares that are overlaid. So there is one initial square, and then there is a second one slightly higher. So you have the figure of an 8 approximately with a double crossbar. Within each square is an interior garden that specifically caters to flowers or grass.
Looks tasty.
There's several totems set up. There are things that seem exceedingly primitive to your mind, but probably hold a lot of value to these minotaurs. Like there's herd stones, there's like very traditional weapon crafting going on. Like things that you could probably do with an anvil is what they are doing. There's like a couple of bulls trying to brew their own beer. There is just a general hub of activity around here. And there is a large, rather ruddy looking minotaur. He carries on his back two broadswords. Large, practically claymore kind of broadswords. And he approaches you as he sees you enter with a bono. And he's like, "Hello, I am Gnuliver. Who are you?"
Zeg je naam dan nog eens?
Gnuliver.
Gluliver?
Gnuliver.
Something sounds good.
Nice to meet you. My name's Taurio.
You
I
appear
don't
to
laugh.
have a giggle. Is there something amusing around here?
Well, I'm just really interested in what's going on around here. There's a lot
Well,
of
you
new
have
things.
come to the Annabelle Lodge, where we keep the way of our ancestors, though we are exiled from our homeland.
Oh, and I pointed the different stalls and asked for extra information of what's going on. My interest is piqued.
This place provides minotaurs with everything they need. We have drinking throws, we have small fighting pits for the bulls to arrange for their females, we have grass that you can freely take as long as you are a minotaur. We have flowers you can freely take as a minotaur. This place is off limits to most humans unless they've proven themselves to be allies. Same goes for dwarves, nature spirits, and sprites.
And I point the brewing is interesting and all. I will probably check it out later and discuss some pointers or change some pointers. But I also pointed towards the crafting area because to me it looks primitive. So I asked for what's so special about the crafting that they can't do in a normal smithy.
The thing is, there is an urge for independence amongst our people. Less we have to do with the outsiders or those that contract us, the more we like it. Of late, there have been strange alliances that we do not approve of. So we hold ourselves to our kin.
Understandable.
If metalworking is what it takes to be an efficient army, we shall learn to work metal.
And do you have any other crafts except smithing and brewing?
There's a boyer. There is... One of us has made an attempt at metallurgy beyond smithing, but I do not think that it was very successful. We have a very excellent cook. He's currently training several others. And beyond that, the Anaba tribes are famed for their woodscraft, and some of us still have that expertise.
Witchcraft?
The carving of woods, wooden weaponry, making strong and sturdy shafts for arrows and pole arms. There is a group of us that works as bodyguards. They are easily hired. You might have, if you came as a traveler, you might have met them.
We have. Me and my group have. They look like a decent sort.
They are. Otherwise we would not employ them. Out here it's every cow for himself, but the herd provides. If you are ever in trouble, find us. If you
Thanks.
seek employ, and he gives you the one over. You appear to be a capable warrior. You are a close combat fighter, aren't you?
I look over my shoulder at the haft of my battle axe, my great axe. You might say so.
I look at all my axes at the same time.
Yeah, but my
I
Troy
keep in
axes are
touch with
so
my
small that
axes.
they're more like cutlery for me. I mean, come on.
We could use one of your stature. That is about it. I am a very lazy cow, so please move along and I can tend to my own relaxing.
Right, so I mentally take notes of what's where, and I just go around the lodge and visit the different stalls. Even the one that there was the one that did the weird metallurgy thing. Since I'm just looking around, it sounds interesting to see what's going on, but I just go around and see what's what.
Alrighty. Then, let's see. One Sorval, two is Volta. Volta,
Yes.
congratulations. For once, you're not last.
For a successful roll. No. So I go to the temple and I am looking for guidance. I it's a long time since I've seen a shaman. Perhaps I can find somebody here. No, not that guidance.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. You head over to the
Mhm.
Mountain Shade Temple.
Yeah.
It is a sprawling site.
Mhm.
There's basically cemetery gates,
Yes.
which are open.
Mhm.
There's a Minotaur standing guard,
Mhm.
and beyond that, there is burial sites. There are totems. There are markings. There are Minotaurian and goblinoid sort of things
Yes.
that are placed all around in nature.
This is actually
It's-
yeah,
It is an open burial ground.
yes.
It feels very unusual because Ravnica doesn't really have space for stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Orzhov sometimes make sure that those of wealth and import have a place where they can visit their deceased family, if
Mhm.
that deceased family is not put to service under contract. But
Fine print. It's important.
yeah, you
Mhm.
know, the sin is debt, and
Mhm.
debt has to be solved.
Yep. So
There are a lot of coins strewn around here, silver and coppers that are just placed near the tombstones of those that have departed. There
so
are
the,
notes that are tied to wooden poles. There are um, like small ivory bracelets that are placed at places. And you can also spot, with your trained Gruul eye, some people that are probably caretakers. At the center of the site
yeah,
is a stone structure
yes.
that is vaguely reminiscent of like Tauriel's head. It's
It's magnificent.
the structure has certain bovine shapes.
Okay. What I
It's
am going
majestic.
Yeah, what I am going to do is I'm going to sit next to the graves. I'm going to just sit around I'm going to look for a place that is nature. Like it can be a tomb or something, or it can be just a burial site, but it has to be
One
nature.
of the hills,
Yeah,
quite early on in the graveyard, practically as you enter,
yeah.
um, one of the tomb sites,
Mm-hmm.
because there's 3 or 4 tombs in there,
Mm-hmm.
is made in a hollow tree, like the remnants of a tree.
Yes.
It was a massive thing, probably 600 to 800 years old, that had been felled by lightning,
Yep.
hollowed out,
Mm-hmm.
and within that tree, people buried their dead.
I'm going to inside the tree. So their tombs, the graves are inside the tree.
Yes, inside
Is
the
there?
remnants of a tree.
Yeah. Can I sit next to it, or is there a place where I can sit down? Or
Yeah, there is some shattered stonework around. It looks as though, considering what the other graves have, most of the grave hills have a marker on them.
Yep.
And it looks like this one was also destroyed by some fluctuation of nature. You can see some marks on the ground that implicate lightning,
Yep.
but
I'm
it's
well. I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to try and make contact with nature, with the not the spirits of gods, but before that.
You're gonna hug a tree. Check.
Yep. No.
don't think you guys probably can't see this, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's black.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, I can see things. I see. Do I see the? This is the place where I sit down, right? Am I inside the tree?
I don't see shit.
If I put
That's because we're not there.
Yeah.
That is true.
That is true.
It is known.
It is known. Breaking with tradition.
Although I see myself.
Alright, I got vision.
so
Yes,
this
I see
this
things.
works.
Yes, I see things.
I can see clearly now.
The
Okay.
shade is
So-
gone.
The
Exactly.
shade is gone. The shade is gone.
Sitting inside this tree,
Yeah.
what were you doing?
I am trying to contact nature, the natural order of things, the thing before the gods.
The thing before the gods.
Yeah, the how do I say this? The the essence of life, the life stream, kind of
Primordial.
everything.
Do you have any skills in that regard?
No, but I'm just really hard trying. I'm trying really
You are really hard
and
trying.
trying. Yeah, yeah,
It sounds like me during puberty, dude.
yeah. Wel, I am a young lizard. Wacht, wat moeten we daarin hebben? Arcana? Of?
Arcana religion could help you. Being a cleric probably also helps with this.
Ik heb wel religion.
Okay, I would then like you to make me a religion check.
Wacht, ik heb ook Arcana, blijkbaar. Oké. Religion is goed, hè? Oké, watches go bad. Ah, valt goed mee.
Inverse, Boja.
Ja. Breaking with tradition.
As you
You're
sit,
not in combat.
you relax and you take in the sights.
Mhm.
There is something ancient here. It hasn't dwelled here for long, but it is finding root through the worship of the goblins and the minotaurs of this place. And your mind delves deep into this. And focus, and try hard.
Mhm.
And to you comes the spectre of a woman.
Yes.
Can't say whether she's young or old, timeless, or yet the embodiment of the detriments of time.
Yes. The spectre of a woman.
She wears a white garment. Her hair is auburn.
Mhm.
Her eyes are compassionate, innocent, yet experienced. She defies the ways that you have to define life, yet embodies what you think of as you think of life. She is and isn't the natural order. And she
Okay.
looks upon you, and there's pity and melancholy
Mhm.
and hope. And she speaks to you. Child,
Yes.
what brings you here?
Guidance and I want to help nature to thrive and be unchecked by anything, and I am looking for help and guidance.
To promote things which are unchecked, unbalances. Nature is an exercise, young one. If there are too many deer, the herds will falter. If there are too many wolves, the herds will falter. Balance is everything.
Yes. And how do I keep this balance?
You keep the balance by making sure that nothing gains the upper hand. There are things beyond our power which seek to gain that upper hand.
Yes.
It is not for us to allow that. Heroes are a balancing factor. Those called by the woods can provide balance. Seek out what is greater make it smaller. Seek out what is smaller, make it greater. That is how nature works. If the balance is disrupted, things die. It has happened in this life, previous lives. Our duty is to prevent that.
Yes, but I am yet a small lizard and I will try my best, but I will need support or someone who can show me how I can make great things smaller and small things greater.
You don't need support, little one.
Je pakt uw rechterhand. En
You are larger than you think. Your influence already has changed, shifted a balance of power. But maybe you haven't seen the results yet.
Mm.
Maybe the results should be more visible to you.
That would be kind if you could provide
Have you knowledge of a volcano?
a volcano here or
As a
elsewhere.
concept.
Yes, I know a volcano.
When a volcano erupts, there is fire, there is heat, there is destruction. Lava, the molten blood of the earth, flows over the land, destroying everything in its path. Then, the lava cools, and nature retakes what was. And perhaps what once was ashen flourishes anew. And as you look down upon your form,
Mhm.
you notice that small feathers, scales, feathers, you aren't sure,
Yeah.
start shedding your ashen skin,
Mhm.
and more color starts drawing into your form. And rather than the ashen color you had,
Mhm.
parts of you feather into blues and midnight greens. And it's a change. It doesn't make you conspicuous, but it blends you with the terrain.
Mhm.
It's not all over.
Mhm.
The parts of you have become slightly colored. And then the lady starts drifting away,
Mhm.
as though parts of her are just blowing away in the wind. And a single bloom where she stood, white, green stem, fragmented. A small edelweiss is standing where she was. And she's gone.
Yes. I am going to sit there and be thankful of what happens. Perhaps try and make a small altar, a small place of worship around the flower.
Mhm.
Perhaps craft something like a small lady of. Try and mimic the lady with my bone crafting utensils.
That you could try.
Yep.
Roll me using
Wacht,
your
hè.
materials.
Ja, ik heb echt wel zotte.
Mhm.
Ik ga echt wel mijn beste botten gebruiken. Waar heb ik allemaal botten van
Beste botje voor.
Ja, beste botje voor. Ik heb ook zo dingen geleerd
Roll
van
me
Ja.
5d6.
5D6.
Okay. You can choose to ignore the 1 by giving up one of your 6s. You have 2 6s and 1 1. 1 is a flaw in your work, a 6 is a boon to your work.
Oké, dan negeer ik die 1.
You craft a beautiful statuette. It is almost an exact likeness. And as you place it down,
Mhm.
something with the placement specifically,
Mhm.
when the wind is blowing, you can hear a soft hum. The way you
Mhm.
carved it, there is just this small hole somewhere in the statue through which the wind catches. It just makes this and it's soothing and relaxing.
Mhm.
And you feel like what you did made a change to this place. And beyond the lifespan of the flower that is left behind, next to which your statue stands,
Mhm.
you feel like this is something people will think about for quite a while.
Okay. I will try and do this at every place of worship I can find, just to
Mhm.
remind everybody that nature has to be balanced.
Let's see if I did this correctly. Because I thought you guys were going to move in groups, you bastards.
Why would we move in groups?
Can I? But we're going to go to the cave pit, right? At the end of this solo missions or not?
Yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah. So I will stay there until I get a feeling that I had to go to the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already rather late, so I don't think that will be for this session, personally.
Sadly enough. Okay, do we have visuals, Sorho?
Yes. I have
Does the rest of the party
visuals.
have visuals as well?
Nope. No
Nope.
visual.
God damn motherfucking.
I wanted and I wanted painted black.
Oh,
We
I
lost
do
Visual,
have
Oh.
visual.
somebody?
Visual.
Did we lose him? Steven's gone.
Yes.
Bye, Steven.
God damn, Steve.
Audio, no.
Steven has lost his internet. He sends me on Messenger.
Search it behind the couch.
Alrighty then.
Okay. Ah,
So, we have visuals now, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Sorval, you
yes.
go to. Let's see if I actually have this. Motherfuckers.
Language.
Never!
Okay.
You get to the general store. The general store
Okay.
is a 2-part building.
Hmm?
You see 2 waymarks. One of them
Yes.
over here points to this place,
Yes.
and it reads stables and smithy. The other one has a straightforward arrow, and that points to general store. Welcome back, Steve.
Yeah, I lost connection, so sorry.
Okay. Welcome back. Well, I take a moment to get myself together, and then I walk towards the smithy.
Alrighty.
Are the doors open or not?
It's accessible,
Okay.
so you can slide the door open if you want
Yes.
to.
I slide the door open. I look
As
around.
you enter, you see a vaguely green-skinned fellow, rather broad in the shoulders, and he is hammering away at an anvil, shaping something into what you presume to be the basics of a piece of armor.
Okay.
Half plate, probably.
I go up to him, her, him, right?
It
Or
looks to
what?
be a him.
Okay. I go up to him, but not right next to him, and I say, "Excuse me, are you the blacksmith here?"
Interrupting a craftsman. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorval thinks he's important enough for that.
Yeah, he does, but
Ah.
still.
I go up to him and I just look at what he's building, what he's crafting.
Hello.
Oh, now you realize I'm here. Hello, I am
One
Sorval.
finishes what one is doing before one speaks to a guest.
I look at the
Why
what
are
he's
you here?
making. Yes, temperature is now too low to actually hammer it anymore. So I am Sorval from Boros Legions. I am a very known person in the Legion. Very important as well. I am also a blacksmith, and that's more important here.
And uh,
I
Gunther
don't think that's
reaches into a bit of. You think it's probably pretty much regular grade iron.
Yeah.
Gives you like an ingot and goes, show me. I have an order for a gauntlet.
A gauntlet.
He's
That
throwing
is
down the gauntlet.
that is a very
And he
it's not
moves
really a challenge.
away and he starts quenching the iron he was working on and just ignores the living hick out of you.
I look at the iron ingot. Can I see what kind of quality this is?
It's regular. There's
Regular.
really nothing special about it. It's decently made. There's no additional oxidation that you have to worry about.
Can I make a pair of gauntlets out of this, or just one gauntlet?
It's probably you could work it into 2.
Yeah,
They
but
would
that's
be slightly thinner than the Legion would prescribe for them to be.
well, I guess only one gauntlet then. And I try to create a gauntlet.
Alrighty. Roll me 3d6.
CB roll 3 ones.
No ones. So,
No ones.
the gauntlet itself is pretty easy work. You've
Yeah.
made a couple of them before as tryouts, and you just basically hammer this one out.
Yeah. I don't make too much decoration about it. On it. Just regular gauntlet for
Yep.
regular guardsmen.
And Gunther looks at it and he goes like, "That's serviceable.
Yes.
Why do you need my forge?"
Well, I was planning on crafting a pair of plate armor for me and for a friend.
That's unusual to craft in pairs.
Well, we are in the same party, so.
It'll set you back
Oh, I
10
bring my.
gold.
Okay, I will bring my own
I expect you do.
materials. Okay, very good.
You can
Um,
use the tongs, quenching, storeroom. If you need a place to sleep, there's stables.
I already have a room.
And
What can I entice you to assist me?
you want my aid?
Yes,
And he looks at your gauntlet and he goes like, I guess I could teach you a thing or two.
Well, you didn't ask me to make a mastercraft gauntlet. You just
Oh,
asked for
some
gauntlet.
people take that as a given.
Yeah, that's true, but I was in a hurry. But well, I assume that you can always learn from another blacksmith.
Of course.
And a blade armor is something big. I do not have weeks to create it. I think I only have a few days. So assistance would be appreciated.
He looks like a few days for a plate armor.
For two.
Alrighty then. That's a challenge.
Yes, that's why I would appreciate assistance.
That's why he was ignoring the sleeping spot.
It will probably take you 2 full days to just get everything up and going
Yes.
for 1 armor. It's gonna be the
Well.
first full plate armor you make.
Yeah.
So that makes it slightly trickier.
Mm.
But by taking 2 days, you should probably, with the assistance of the other blacksmith, be able to hammer something out that is worthwhile.
Okay. I do think that I can.
It'll put the difficulty at 15, considering you're using better materials and you're relaxed about it.
Yeah. Let me take my notes.
It would give you 5d6, 8, 6d6 is what you would have.
Okay.
But that will be for next
Another-
session to roll.
Yes, of course. I will also have to convince the rest of the party to stay 4 days.
Yay! This was. This is going to be the end of the session.
Okay.
I think we've given everyone a bit of spotlight.
Yeah, that's fun.
Does anyone still want to do something specifically?
Nope.
Yeah,
We've
no,
done
I'm
the-
just going to continue with the tour of the facility. So
Excellent.
Oh, by the way, I did ask the smith his name.
It is, in case it's not visible, it's Gunter Bladesworn. He's basically the personal smith for Lord Aaron. He would have gotten a longer introduction if you had first gone to the general store and asked for the smith, but
Yeah, but
in this case, well, you know.
well, Sorval doesn't. This is a smith, so blacksmith, smithy. So it just goes there. He's looking for it. He's not looking for the general store.
Okay, so that's the end of the session.
Yes.
Thanks
Right.
everyone who is probably just us for watching. And
we're
we'll
awesome.
be back again in 2 weeks for my birthday
Woohoo!
session
Birthday
stream.
session.
Birthday session.
We will gift you with a lot of crits.
That means I can't TPK the party, right? Because it's my
No.
birthday.
Yes,
No,
that
no.
means-
It's our
Damn.
gift to us. To
It
you.
means it means
Okay.
we have an extra reason to be drunk. So
Cool. So, stream can go off, and we are happy campers. See you next time.
Bye. Ciao,
See you next time.
ciao.